Hello again, my brothers and sisters on the Dragon's Path. My name is Tim Heijen, and I believe in dragons. And still in some kind of a quarantine against the coronavirus. I really miss my forests. What are you gonna do? I hope all of you are safe. I hope all of you are well. Really, within my heart, I hope that you are all safe because none of us is actually against the wrath of nature. But yeah. Uh, so let us continue to talk about the Dragon's Path. Actually, I said to you many times that there are no rules on the Dragon's Path, and actually there could be some rules, but these rules I have only discovered them later on when I was on my path. There are almost no general rules that I found on the Dragon's Path, yet I discovered some rules on my path to which every dragon responds negatively, not just mine. I had conversations with my dragon, but also with other dragons on my own circle that responded very negatively when I was experimenting on my path. And this is often due to misunderstanding and beginner mistakes and a mix of, yeah, most of us are raised with Christianity, so this can often be the reason why you are misunderstanding this. In Christianity, these rules are allowed, but in the Dragon's Path, actually, I feel that it's not. And the first one is um, dragons are your friend, they can feel like your lover or a relative. They have done a lot to touch you, to go through the gates. They have really done so much. Their love for you knows no boundaries for them, literally. They just moved heavens and earth to manipulate nature and to be with you. They often don't care about other people. Of the billions of people on earth, he or she has been waiting for you for a long time. When you approach them, dragons often expect the same love they have for you towards them. But in the beginning, it's often a blank page. So you don't know for sure sometimes. And maybe you can be um, excited for this, and so you would lose yourself into this and you would force yourself into things, into to certain things when you approach the dragon. You now know about the dragon, but you might know about the dragon, but you are not sure of what to do here, and you can make mistakes, including not being yourself, like I said. Perhaps you might have looked up for certain things on the internet, and perhaps search for spells or misinformation about the workings of your dragon eye. The eye of the dragon is your circle with all of your dragons in connection, you, your guardians, and your gods. They don't want this. They want you and no one else's words or actions. Try not to pretend to be someone else and don't force anything on your personality. Keep keep your personality and just relax, loosen up. It's not necessary to look things up immediately. Just continue to know the dragon with your own words and your own desires and your own feelings. You don't have to be afraid to talk to the dragon as long as you use your own words and your own love and desires. Um, like I said, um, it's important that you approach the dragons with full purity of yourself. Dragons can lose temper if you keep forcing yourself into pretending that you're someone else. And many of us make these mistakes, especially in the beginning, and especially Wicca. Not draconic Wicca, but Wicca, who don't have this draconic relationship but wants one anyway. Let me continue to the second one. The second rule that I've discovered later on. And actually, this should be something that you discover in the beginning. And what's even worse in this case is pretending that the dragon is some kind of a wish fulfilling spirit. This often breaks many dragon hearts when you don't feel the dragon enough and think that they are just like I said, Christianity, that they are wish fulfilling spirits or gods that you should kneel and worship for. This just shows that the connection is not as it should be. Love is not based on what you can have or can get, or um, your physical desire for like greed, like money, like wealth, um, like you want to be a star or a celebrity. Also, a lot of things are based on religion, and religion is often based off what you desire, your selfish reasons. And the thing is that you ditch this. The only thing that you should desire is the dragon, and you should 100% focus on the dragon and not on anything else. I know it's something that humans do a lot, and I did this mistake in the beginning myself, but I immediately felt the disappointment of my dragon. So I knew I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? Yeah, of course, I need to search this down. Number three. The number three is a big no-no, and I said this a couple of times, but this is so important on the Dragon's Path. So keep this rule in mind. Don't ever view any dragon as a servant or slave. This is a major mistake I saw in Conway's book that many normal Wiccans or witches try to do. For example, the commanding tone to summon dragons that Conway used in her books made me shake my head slowly, saying no. No, no, no. A person, a human being touched by the dragon shouldn't do that. The dragon is always with them anyway. But if you just view them as a kind of a second-rate spirit, dragons are very, very proud spirits with love for you. They have a connection with you. So this will immediately break their heart, and this will can even have consequences when you do this. Even though you didn't mean to do this, but the dragon reads your mind. If you do actions like this and it is sincere action, then the dragon can be very, very disappointed. The behavior hurts them and then responds in a mix of love and hate for you. And this can have nasty effects for you, like bad dreams, like having headaches, like, yeah, the dragon, it's like in a relationship when the partner is not happy with what you did. Um, have you ever gotten up, stood up in the morning with a claw mark on your shoulder? Well, I have. I had several times, and that was because my dragon was not very pleased with what I said. Um, yeah, like I said, until I sensed the dragon's disappointment around me, it was like if I could cry myself. I felt the need to cry. Why, if my dragon wants to? I don't know in the beginning where this was coming from, but I disappointed the dragon a couple of times, and this resulted in me having these empath moments where I can feel the dragon so much that I can feel the tears of the dragon, even though the dragon does not have tears. But they can be so disappointed in some things. I know that they are searching for love, and if they don't get love from you, then this will break their hearts. It will be something that you can feel. You are an empath, and especially for the dragon. So I would say rules. There are some rules on the dragon's path, like be yourself. Don't ask them for selfish requests and don't see them as a lesser one. In the beginning, you can make a lot of mistakes, but many often non-chaos dragons feel and give you time for this. There can be dragons that don't feel this disappointment and understand you very much, but there are some dragons being called chaos dragons. Chaos dragons are fierce and hard and very tight in their mind. Um, you will immediately know what you have from Chaos Dragons. They will not hold something back. Chaos Dragons are emotional forces of nature and will let you know when they disagree with your behavior towards them. Don't be influenced by others. Be your own leader and your own path without distractions, and things like this you will discover. Things like this you will discover automatically. So give it a little bit of time. Even though your dragon is not a chaos dragon and gives you time, most of the dragons are chaos dragons and they will let you know if they disagree with you. Like I said, yeah, number one is, yeah, don't see them as yeah, as a wish fulfilling spirit. Don't see them as your servant, or don't see them as your slave. And certainly, I mean, they are very, very proud spirits, and these spirits don't deserve to be treated like a kind of a servant, and they shouldn't be second rank spirit. I mean, the dragon asked me a lot, don't put me behind you, put me in front of you, put me next to you. I am on equal level with you, but we together are higher than everyone else on this earth. We are a deity, we are God, we are doing the things of nature. We are doing magic. And we understand the things that nature does to us. Yeah, it takes time, takes a while, because I was uncertain. I didn't know for sure what I was going to do in the beginning of my path. It was until the dragon took me to their realms that I understood what a dragon is and what a dragon wanted. But before that, it was, I don't know. There is no kind of Bible where I can read for things for the history of the dragon. But I had to find it out myself. So my dragon, and your dragon as well, is a very unique spirit and has an own book, your own manual that you can see. But to understand this manual, you have to understand first yourself and the dragon, of course. And this might take a while, but don't disappoint them. Just love them. Love is the key for everything. Even though it may sound cheesy, it is true. It is the reason why I still am with my dragon, because I love the dragon so much, and I love them so much that I want to do everything for them, even sharing information. So I know you love your dragon, but just show them that. And this has to be sincere. They can read your mind, so you cannot lie to them. This doesn't mean that you have to be afraid. Just be yourself. Being yourself is also the key. So, my brothers and sisters,